beautiful! If this is your first time here, I'm an intuitive tarot and oracle reader. Now, my dear, I hope you're having an amazing day and everything is going fine with you. If today's not the best day, I'm sending you tons and tons and tons of positive energy, and I hope everything will be well soon. Now, guys, today I'm back with another pick a card reading, and today's pick a card reading is all about your future spouse's first impression of you. Now, yesterday I've recorded a reading which was the other way around. It was all about your first impression of them. If you haven't seen it so far, I'm gonna make sure to link it up here somewhere. And yeah, today it's all about them. It's all about what their first impression will be of you. And as always, my dear, I have 3 pals that you can choose from. Today I have only cards, no crystals. So this is pal 1, this is pal 2, and this is pal 3. As always, my dear, please feel free to pause the video, or you can also meditate on the cards if you feel like you need a little bit more time to choose. You will find all the timestamps in the description box, but of course also in the comment section. And as always, my dear, if you're interested or curious in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me. Lastly, my dear, please keep in mind that this is a general reading, so not everything may resonate with you. But yeah, having said that, let's begin. Hey pal 1, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see what will be your future spouse's first impression of you. Let's start straight away, my dear. First, I would like to get you some oracle archetype this way, archetype cards. And yeah, then we are also gonna get you some more tarot to get a little bit more information. So for my dear pile 1, what will be your future spouse's first impression of you? Let's see. Oh, okay. So we have 2 cards here coming through right from the beginning. The first card we have, ooh, all right, is the Femme Fatale, which says highlights the erotic energy of the feminine, opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. All right. And we have the Child Nature card, which says friendships with animals, communication with nature spirits. Now, right from the beginning, I would like to say that these energies, okay, at the first glance, they look very contradicting in a way, because this energy is coming through with almost like very gentle, okay, and very like innocent energy, and this is very sharp, you know, like almost even a little bit dangerous and alluring, you know. So very interesting combination here for you, my dear pal 1. So let's look into it. Let's see what's gonna be your future spouse's first impression of you. Of course, at the end of the day, it always depends on the circumstance you guys are gonna meet, you know, whether this is, for example, online, or whether this is some kind of gathering. It's, of course, it depends on that. But as I'm seeing here, the kind of circumstance you guys are gonna meet is definitely in a one in which you can really present yourself. For example, if this is online, you're definitely gonna have some very beautiful and hot pictures of yourself, okay? Or if this is, let's say, a gathering of some sort, I see you, my dear, looking very, very good. And it doesn't matter who you are, okay? I'm not talking here gender-wise. Yes, this is talking about the energy of the feminine, but we all have the feminine energy, okay? It doesn't matter what gender we are. So just for you guys to know. So as I was saying, I really feel like at this place where you guys are going to meet, you will definitely look very, very alluring, and this will be something that they will instantly, okay, pay attention to. So it could be the case that it's either Let's say you will look very, very put together. You may wear something in which you feel super comfortable, okay, and super confident. I mean, confidence, my dear, is a huge thing, you know. Whether we're confident or not, this will definitely affect other people and how they perceive us. And what I can say here is that at this place, you will feel extremely confident. For some of you guys, this confidence definitely also comes through the thing you're wearing. I mean, obviously, in this picture, we can now, for example, see this woman, and she wears something very, very alluring and sexy, right? I mean, just look at her back. It's completely exposed as well, so it looks very yeah, very alluring. So for some of you guys, you may wear something different in which you may expose a certain piece of your body, perhaps, that you feel very, very confident and comfortable doing so. And yeah, it may take, I'm sorry, it may, this way, it may catch other people's attention. So this is something I'm seeing here. Your future spouse, because we're talking about their first impression, right? So one first impression they're gonna have, like, this is literally how I see it right now. They're gonna see you. They're gonna be absolutely like speechless, and they're gonna feel like instant attraction. They're gonna see your beauty. They're gonna see the alluring energy that you have, and it's kind of like, it's like two magnets, to be honest. Your energy, you know, draws them in, and I'm hearing they're only gonna have eyes on you. So wow. Okay, whatever you're gonna wear or however you're gonna represent yourself, um whatever this gonna be, you definitely are gonna leave an impression, and not only to your future spouse, but to people around, like in general, you know, not only them, but a lot of people. I heard a lot of suitors, so you're gonna catch a lot of women's or men's eyes, okay, depending on how it's gonna fit in your individual situation. But it's definitely something I'm seeing here, my dear pal one. And as I was saying, so although this energy does have a lot of alluring to it, right? And very often, for a lot of people, they may associate these things with only body based energy. This card, though, besides the erotic energy that's coming through, obviously, also talks about the opening of the heart. So there is more to that, you know? Oh, I just realized, let me show you guys. Look at this. Your pile selection card actually also have this open bag. So for some of you guys, this can definitely be some kind of clothing or maybe even dress that you're going to wear. So as I was saying, although this card has this erotic energy to it, it also talks about the opening of the heart. And this shows me the reaction that your future spouse is going to have when it comes to you. It's not only about a body-based relationship, you're also going to trigger something within their heart space, you know? You're not gonna only opening them up to you, okay, being interested in you, but it's really about, okay, I want to get to know this person, like, as a whole, you know? I want to know who they are, what they're all about, and you know, things like that. And it's not only about intimacy, but it's actually also about them seeing you as a potential love interest, a potential love partner, which of course is a great thing because this is your future spouse, right? And this is what, I mean, both of you guys probably want. This energy actually also I'm sorry, not remembers, reminds me of a reading that I did yesterday, in which it was the other way around, in which it was all about what your first impression of them is going to be. And we had something very similar coming through. So it could be the case that some of you guys watching chose the other pile in which we had a very similar energy. And it could be the case that this is actually going to be a very mutual energy here. But both of you guys are going to feel this sexual energy towards the other. So if this is the case, and this is definitely your confirmation, if you haven't seen the other reading, I'm going to make sure to link it in the comment section below. So as I was saying, this definitely triggers more in your future spouse than only physical intimacy. This is also about them being interested in you, you know, as a love interest, as a love partner, a potential partner. So you guys know. Now, having said that, another thing I really feel like is that you're giving off codependent energy. Not codependent, the complete opposite. You're giving off dependent energy. This is what I was about to say. So I don't know what it's exactly gonna be because the energies are not giving me more details. Maybe it's the way you walk, the way you talk. Maybe they hear something about you, or maybe it's something you're gonna say, you know, a certain phrase which is gonna show them, wow, like this is a very independent person, like someone who is just, yeah, all about freedom and making things happen for themselves, you know. However it's going to apply, they're really going to get this impression of you, and they're really going to they're going to find it very, very attractive. This is something this person finds very alluring. Now, I really feel like this person, they could have been in a relationship in which they were in some kind of codependent situation. They could have had a partner, for example, who was codependent. So this is why, you know, it may trigger them a little bit when they feel like they could have a partner who goes back to those traits. So for them, it's actually such an attractive trait to be independent, and they're gonna see it in you, in your energy, really, in your aura, and it's gonna say a lot, you know, and it's gonna mean a lot to them as well. So independent, not dependent here, or codependent. So another thing I would like to talk about here, all of the things I said came through from this card, okay, from the first one. Now, as I was saying, at the same time, we have the child nature card in here, which for me personally, the way the energies came through is very contradicting in a way to the first card. Now, how does these two then play together? I really feel like once your future spouse is actually going to have a decent conversation with you, and once they more so get to know you more and more, they actually gonna see you have this complete other side that's like completely different, you know, this very gentle and soft, caring energy that maybe at first glance, you know, I mean, obviously this is perhaps very much also influenced on the physical, you know, maybe the way, once again, through clothing, through the way you're going to carry yourself, you're going to come off as this. But once they get to know you and you allow them a little bit more into your heart space, that's when we actually also meet the more vulnerable and the more gentle side of someone, right? This is kind of like perhaps how they show themselves, like a person shows themselves to the world, and this is like their core value, their core self. And it's gonna be a little bit similar with you guys as well. I really feel like your future spouse, they're gonna get to know you, and this is, I think, feel like more so through conversation. Although, of course, it could be the case that, for example, if this is online, You may have some kind of description in which you talk about certain hobbies or things that are dear to you, you know, and then this very gentle spirit of you comes through. Or if this is in person, it could be the case that someone says something, you know, about something you do or something they've seen you do, and your future spouse is going to be very impressed by this very soft side of you. But of course, it can also go as far as you guys having conversations and, of course, talking more and more about yourself. And then they're going to see this child nature quality within you. And I feel like for this person, this is actually a big yes, yes. Because, I mean, we can find people who may look very attractive, very alluring, everywhere, you know, but it's very raw to find people who have this very soft and gentle heart space and are very pure beings, and we can have this very pure connection with. This is something that's not as widely spread as the first one. And I feel like this person, they could have had a lot of shallow relationships, you know, whether it's friendships or love, romance. So for them, meeting you and seeing this very beautiful side of you, which is so real, it's gonna impress them almost like even more than the first energy, you know, because this is also like in a way temporary, you know, like beauty, it may, or may, of course it may also not, but very often it may go with time, right? Because very often the beauty standards that a lot of people have are connected to certain things that are temporary, okay? And something that usually lasts more than the physical, because the physical doesn't last. I mean, let's just think about death, for example, right? All the physical just gets destroyed. But something that lasts is the spirit of someone, you know, or the experiences, is the heart space, because you can't touch it. Like, it's something energetically and energy, and the spirit, you know. And for them, for this person, they see the beauty in both, but they understand that this is prominent, you know, like having a wonderful connection with someone, it's gonna last. So for them, this is much more valuable, and they're gonna see it in you. And I feel like this is gonna be really the game changer for this person, okay? So as you can see, you're gonna come through with two different impressions here, both beautiful and impressive in their own way. But I would say let's get you some more cards, my dear pal one, because I want to know more. I want to know more about what your future spouse's first impression of you is going to be. Oops. For my dear pile one, what's going to be your future spouse's first impression of you? What's going to be your future spouse's first impression of you? For my dear pal one, all right. So the first card we have is the Eight of Wands. Oh my goodness, look at that. The Sun card turned over here. For my dear pile one, we have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Judgment card as well. Let me put them like this. All right. Look at that, the Three of Cups. A lot of uplifting cards, my dear. Like a lot of light-hearted, uplifting energy. But let's get a little bit more information about that. Let's see. One card fell. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Nine of Wands. Interesting 9-9 here. One more card for my dear pal one. What's going to be their future spouse's first impression of them? And we have the Knight of Cups. All right. At the back of the deck, we have the Hanged Man. So for my dear pal one, what more can we get about the situation, about what your future spouse's first impression of you is going to be like? So first of all, I can definitely look into the energy and say that it's going to be a very positive one. And it's very interesting to me because I really feel like your future spouse, they're going to, throughout the first interactions, they're gonna have this desire to give you a cup of love, give you an offer. You're definitely gonna once again make an instant impression of them, on them, and yeah, they want to not lose you. You know, for example, if this is some kind of gathering, a wedding, let's just say, and this is just an example, okay? So I can explain it the best way possible. Let's just say this is a wedding. So maybe you guys have met each other here for the very first time and you have never seen each other before, you know. This person would not want to lose you. They would want to somehow stay in contact. So it is very important for them to somehow initiate this offer, you know, whether it's, I don't know, like exchanging numbers or some kind of other way in which you guys can stay in touch, but it's very important to them. So it's going to be something which they're going to think about pretty early on, but they're not going to just approach you all of a sudden and say, hey, give me your number. That's not what it feels like. It feels like more so in a way that, you know, you guys have got to know each other a little bit more, and now you feel comfortable, and they also feel like from you there's also coming a certain interest. All right, so let's focus once again on the first impressions, right? That's why we're all here. So first of all, my dear, what I would like to say is that I really feel like for some of you guys, it could be the case that you and your future spouse in one way or another are a little bit different. And this alluring energy could actually also come from that, because you're giving off certain mysterious energy, you know, because there's something different about you. It could be in your physicality, but it can also be talking about your background or something like that, okay? Whatever it's gonna be, it's definitely gonna very much strike their interest. And this is a very open-minded person as well. You know, they love to connect with people from all around the world, like people different from them. For them, it's like all about expanding your horizon. It's all about expanding yourself. For them, a new person is a blessing, you know, like a new person from a new environment. So I do feel like for some of you guys, this can definitely, influence that. So having said that, another thing I'm seeing here when we talk about your future spouse's first impression of you is that they're going to see you as a very optimistic person. So I feel like at this circumstance you're going to meet, you may smile a lot, you may laugh a lot, you know, you have definitely fun, you know, you're enjoying yourself. And with the Sun card being here as well, you're coming off as definitely a sunshine. You're coming off as someone who's enjoying themselves, very joyful. And maybe this is another aspect, like, of why they're going to feel so attracted towards you. Because obviously we as human beings, we feel attracted towards great energy, you know. I mean, if we see someone who just shines and has this wonderful energy, you know, very naturally we would like to get to know them. Oh my goodness, this was also a message that came through yesterday. So yeah, I feel like some piles may be connected here. So yeah, and they're gonna see that, and they would want to get to know you. Like, there is no doubt about that. For some of you guys, you may even wear something a little bit luxurious or something a little bit expensive that that's something they also gonna notice. I know it's a very random message, but that's something I'm also seeing here for you, my dear Padawan. For some of you guys, this is definitely gonna be some kind of gathering in which other people are also gonna be involved in. So they're gonna see you, and for some, you may even dance or have a very good time, like drinking. You may be surrounded by your friends or family, someone you know, maybe even colleagues for some, if this is some kind of, let's say, work party or something like that. They're gonna see you as a very passionate person. Now, it doesn't matter what your zodiac signs is. It doesn't necessarily have to be fire, but if I'm looking into the energy of the day, okay, that you're gonna be in at this place, it's gonna be very like fire dominated, and you're gonna come off as this very fiery, passionate person. And I really feel like they're gonna be so attracted towards that. I know I've said this multiple times now, but it's just like you're really gonna enjoy yourself here, and it's undeniable. I even feel like with None of Wands being here, I'm actually being drawn towards the illustration in here. Like, you can see this woman here, and then there are a lot of like skulls here. I don't know why when I saw this, I thought about like suitors. Like, it's almost like this is you. Once again, the gender is not important. That's just an example. This is you, and these are like people who also gonna have an eye on you. You know, you're gonna also lit on fire. I mean, I've talked about this card, right? And that you're not only gonna catch your future spouse's attention, but also other people. It's kind of like here they are on fire for you, you know, and you're not even gonna bother. Like, it really feels like you're just gonna focus on yourself. You're just gonna have a fun time with whoever you're gonna be at here, and yeah, that's all that matters. You know, you may not even yeah, you may not even know or even pay attention towards your future spouse. Let me see, what else can I get here? Okay, this is a general message. It has nothing to do with the first impression, but I feel like someone in here needs to hear it. So please don't worry about how you guys may meet. You know, you don't need to stress about it. It is very important for you to have trust, okay? I really feel like you guys are being guided, okay, to meet each other, and that's all you need to know. Just enjoy yourself, okay? Focus on yourself, focus on becoming your greatest version, on whatever it is that's important to you, whether it's your career, whether it's certain hobbies you have, okay? Whatever it is, focus on you. The universe, the energies will take care of everything else. So this is just for, yeah. This is just something I need to also talk about here for someone. So take this with you, all right? So, my dear Padawan, this is actually all I have for you for today. I'm not receiving any more messages here. So, as always, my dear, please feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. And yeah, if you haven't, I also, of course, invite you to like and subscribe if you haven't. Also, my dear, as always, if you're interested or curious in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me, my dear. Lastly, my dear, if you would also like to connect with me more on Instagram, of course, I invite you there as well. You'll find my Instagram link in the description box. My dear Padawan, I'm sending you much love and much positive energy. And I hope you're having a beautiful day, or of course, a beautiful evening, depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear Padawan, take care, my love. Hey pal 2, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see what will be your future spouse's first impressions of you. So let's start straight away, my dear. I would like to first get you some Oracle archetype cards, and then we're gonna continue with some more tarot. So for my dear pile 2, let's see. Okay, so the first card we have is the Pioneer. And we have the Alchemist. All right. So the Pioneer archetype says, passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. And the Alchemist archetype says, transformation of base motives and goals into golden wisdom. All right, so first of all, I would like to say that when I read this, it says passion for like something which has not been done before. I don't know why, in my mind, it was almost like I read for someone who has never been met before. I think this is not like good English, but like it was almost like this never met before, someone who they have never met before. So what do I mean with that? I really feel like something, a first impression that your future spouse is gonna have of you is how special you are. And this has a lot to do with what I was just saying. I really feel like your future spouse has not met many people like you before. Now, this can mean multiple things. First of all, it could be the case that you and your future spouse could be a little bit different from each other. Even like background wise, or maybe even nationality and stuff like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but it could be one example as for why this message is coming through. So there could be some visible differences between you guys, and this is something that's gonna catch their eye for sure, and they're gonna be very interested in getting to know you, like getting to know you and who you are, where you come from. Like they're gonna be very curious about you, a very pure and exciting curiosity that they're gonna have. Now, if you guys are from the same nationality and stuff like that, it could be the case that maybe background-wise, maybe the way you grew up or something like that was a little bit different. So it's gonna really spark their interest, For them, it's like all about, wow, like this person, they seem so interesting, they're one of a kind, I heard. I bet they can teach me so much about where they come from and stuff like that. So it's a very healthy curiosity. So this could be one thing, okay, regarding what I was talking about, that they have never met someone like you, that there is some difference, which is the reason for that. Another reason, if it's not this, could also be that I feel like this is something that an impression that they will have through conversations with you. Or maybe this is something they hear about you. But it could be the case that some information is going to be exposed to them regarding you that's going to really impress them. And it's something that they've never heard or seen from a person, So let me think of an example here as well. Let's just say they hear something about your life, that you have made it, okay? No matter how the odds were, you overcame something. Could even be something difficult, maybe you have gone through some hard times. I mean, obviously this is nothing that we actually maybe share with someone for the very first time. So maybe they will hear about this from a third person. But it's something very impressive, something that's going to show them, wow, this person, like they are so unbelievable, powerful and strong, It's going to impress them how much strength you have. And once again, this strength could be triggered through a third person telling them something about you. We also have the element of transformation here. So it could be the case that they will get to know a certain transformation that you have experienced in your life, and they will see where you started, where it began, and where you will be at the time. And it's just like such a huge development, like such a huge growth, and it's really gonna impress them. And they're gonna see you as someone who is a maker, I heard. Someone who, it doesn't matter what comes across you, you will always turn things in your favor. A powerful, an empowered person. This is what I heard. So there is a lot of impressive energy here. You're gonna impress your future spouse big time. As I said, it could be the case that the information we're getting here first are more so things that will be exposed to them, like first impressions that they will have when they hear something about you. But it's really going to have a huge impact on them for sure. It could even be the case that this person has gone through some kind of similar transformation in their life, you know, and it will really remind them of their own experience. And it's kind of like you guys have something very similar there, but they're gonna see you like an alchemist. You know, an alchemist can turn everything into a golden opportunity, or they can turn the dark into the light, right? They can turn literally something which is unvaluable into gold, you know. So for some reason, it's really giving me impression that whatever this person's gonna hear about you is gonna have a very similar impact on them. So they're gonna see you as this alchemist, you know, and especially this, you know, for this person, those personality traits, like having the strength, it means a lot. I don't feel like this is someone who necessarily gets that impressed by, let's say, physical traits or stuff like that. It doesn't feel like it, because for me, I feel like your future spouse is going to be someone who's a very deep person. They're looking for deeper connections. They're looking for deeper people to connect with. And, you know, this is what they seek. And in you, they're going to see that. They're going to see how many layers you have, and that within every layer, there's this unbelievable strength that reminds them a little bit of something that also resonates with them. So honestly speaking, they're going to see you as this alchemist, and for them, this is one of the highest compliments they could give someone. I would also like to come back to this pioneer card, because there is another message that I'm receiving here as well. So I really feel like, and once again, this is also something that will come through you guys having conversations with each other, not through a third person, but actually you two guys together. This is what I'm seeing here. You're definitely are gonna share with this person, you know, what you're doing, you know, work-wise, but also hobby-wise. And also with the sun energy being here, there's this fire, there's this passion energy. I really feel like at the time when you will meet your future spouse, there is something that you're very passionate about, some kind of craft or some kind of idea, could even be a business idea, some kind of hobby or love for something you do that is going to be such a big part of your life. You know, it's all about creating this. It's all about putting love and effort into it. It's something that inspires you. And you're going to share this with this person, with your future spouse. And they're going to see how inspiring you are. They're going to see how creative you are and this passion that you have within yourself. And this as well, it's going to be something that is really gonna trigger something good within them, you know. For example, I really feel like this person could be around people who are not that creative. Maybe they're more so in the like practical, like headspace, and not that like moldable, you know. And when they're gonna meet you, you're coming off as with this very creative face in your life, and it's really gonna draw them in, you know. Like they are gonna be so eager and so inspired to know more about it. And even like I talked about, you're gonna trigger something good in them, right? It's also this lust, not lust, this want, I guess, okay, this desire to become creative as well. So you're gonna have within the first interactions, okay, a big impact on them. And I feel like this is also gonna show them, okay, wow, like this person, for some reason, it's so easy for me and so effortless for me to connect with them. I really want to get to know them even more. You know, I want to stay in contact. I want to know more and more about this person because we're matching so well. And this is something both of you guys are gonna realize. You are a great match. That's something I can deeply feel here. Now, let's get you guys some more cards. Let's get you some tarot cards. Oops. Already falling. For my dear pile 1, let's see. What's gonna be your future spouse's first impression of you? All right, the first card is the Six of Wands, exactly. This is something, and look at this at the back of the deck, the Ace of Wands. Now, you don't have to necessarily be a fire sign, okay? I mean, you could be Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but that's not what's important here. At the face, like you guys will meet, you will be in this fire energy for sure. You, like, no matter what your zodiac sign is. With the Six of Wands here as well, I really feel like your future spouse is going to see you as an extremely successful person. Someone who has overcome obstacles in their life successfully, once again coming back to them, maybe hearing something from a third person regarding some kind of challenge that you have overcome. But not only that, once again, also coming back to the creative aspect. For them, it's so unbelievable, and like all they can do is admire you for being this creative, for being this passionate, you know, about whatever it is that you like to do. And for them, you're already a winner. You're a winner because you allow yourself to do what fills your heart. And I feel like it means a lot to them, you know. And let me just tell you that, my dear pal, too, this person has a lot of respect for you. But let me get you more cards first. We have the Hermit, Two of Wands, look at this, the Sun card, the High Priestess. You literally got your card selection coming through. Queen of Wands, we have the Fool card, one card fell, and we have the Knight of Swords. At the back of the deck, my dear pile 2, we have the Page of Swords. All right, okay. So, let's see what else we can get about you and your future spouse, okay? About the first impressions here. As I said, so they're gonna definitely see you as a very successful person. It could even be the case that at the time you will meet your future spouse, you will be very successful in what you do. However, I feel like the success has much more deeper meaning as well for them, because for them, success is not necessarily only being successful in your work, for example, or earning a certain amount of money, because this is actually what people think of, let's just face it, as the first thing, you know, when they think of success, because this is the success that we have been programmed to, socially speaking. But success can mean something very, very different from person to person. And for your future spouse, success for sure is also to, yeah, to go after what it is that you want in life, you know, to go after your dreams, go after what it is that makes you happy. For them, this is what success is, when you can live the life that makes you happy. And with the High Priestess being here as well, I really feel like, my dear, once again, especially at the time when you will meet this person, you will listen a lot to your intuition, and you will have made decision according to your decision, according to your intuition, you know, what felt right to you. And this actually allowed you a lot to follow your heart space and follow what it is that you love. And they're gonna see that. They're gonna see how courageous you are, because let's just face it, it really takes a lot of courage, right, to do that. Because a lot of people are scared to do so. But they're gonna see that in you. And I really feel like, once again, this has also a lot to do with this respect that they have for you, because they see the strength that comes with that, you know, that comes with deciding this. Also, I really feel like something that this person's gonna see, which in a way is contradicting, but at the same time, to be honest, it's not, because like, we are human beings, we're so complex, you know. I know very often, like, people try to put us in certain, like, how do you say it in English, like in certain categories and stuff, but like, if we look really at ourselves, we're much more than just a category. And what your future spouse sees here in you is also that they're gonna see you as someone who's very comfortable with being alone. It could be the case because maybe you're gonna tell them that you've been single for some time, and it's really gonna also almost like give them the impression that you are someone who's comfortable with themselves, you know. Like, you don't seem codependent, you seem very independent. You are not scared to be a hermit kind of energy. But at the same time, you're also someone who really thrives when they're with the right people. You know, you can also be very outgoing, very passionate in the circumstances that make you feel comfortable. So there is this hermit energy in here, but at the same time, there is this very outgoing person. But I feel like it has a lot to do with the circumstances, you know, because of course, when we're surrounded by people we don't like or we don't feel comfortable around, we may not be as outgoing, right? But when we are surrounded by the right people, we feel much more better about ourselves and coming out of ourselves. So for some reason, they're gonna see both sides of you. It could be the case that they're gonna meet you in a circumstance in which you are very outgoing. You're embodying this energy, but then they're going to hear about, for example, you've been single for some time. It's going to give them the impression of, okay, wow, this person, they're definitely also not scared to be alone. Like, they are comfortable with themselves, you know, they have a good relationship with themselves. And they're okay with being in the hermit mode, and this is really gonna once again impress them. So with you guys, if there is a keyword, it's definitely impressed. Like you're gonna impress your future spouse many times. Your future spouse is also gonna see you as someone who's very uplifted in life, or at least this is something that you're gonna like, the energy that you're gonna be in at this time. And they're also gonna see you as a very young person. Like, I've talked about this before, like young energy doesn't necessarily have to be connected to age, okay? Even an older person can have this young energy. I'm talking here about these qualities and this excitement, that we associate with young energy. And I really feel like this is something that you're also gonna have. You're gonna come off as someone who's very excited for life, no matter how old you are. And by the way, for some of you guys, you may even look younger than you are, like age-wise. You could look younger than your age. Let me see. Also, they're gonna see you as someone who is future oriented. So maybe you're gonna share something with this person regarding certain goals and wishes you have. And they're gonna see that you definitely know what you want. You definitely know where your life is heading towards. And that's another thing. You will come off as a go-getter. Like for some of you guys, this could definitely be some kind of work environment, okay, in which you can really represent yourself. But even if it's not a work environment, still, I mean, through conversations, we of course talk a lot about ourselves, right? And through different things we say, we create different impressions. And I really feel like your future spouse, they're gonna see you as a very smart and this go-getter. Whatever it is, you can achieve if you've put your mind into it, because you have what it takes. I don't know if I've already said this, but they're also going to see you as an optimist, as someone who uplifts other people as well. It's not only about you uplifting yourself, but like with the sun, when you shine your light also will reach others. And this is something they really appreciate, because it will also reach them. You will definitely also uplift their day. You may even be someone who makes other people laugh and smile a lot. And I see that this is something you're going to do towards them as well. You're going to make them laugh and smile a lot, my dear pal, too. All right, my dear pal, too, this is all I have for you for today. I'm not receiving any more messages so far. So please feel free, my dear, to let me know how you feel about this reading as always. Also, if you're interested or curious in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me, my dear. Lastly, if you would also like to connect with me more on Instagram, of course I invite you there as well. You will find my Instagram link in the description box. My dear pal, too, I'm sending you much love and much positive energy. And I hope you're having a beautiful day, or of course a beautiful evening, depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear pal, too, take care, my love. Hey pal 3, welcome to your reading, my dear. Now let's see what will be your future spouse's first impressions of you. So as always, my dear, I'm going to use oracle and tarot cards, and today I'm going to start with some oracle cards, actually some archetype energy. So let's look into that. Let's see for my dear pile 3, what's going to be your future spouse's first impressions of you. Let's see. For my dear pal 3. All right, let's see. What's going to be... Oh, one card fell. Okay, so the first card we have for you, my dear pal 3, is the Child Divine card. Let's get you 2. Let's get you one more. Okay, and we have the Messiah. Now, let me tell you guys as well. Let me read what they say. So, Child Divine, innocence, purity, and redemption, suggests a special connection with the divine. The Messiah archetype, serving humanity with humility. All right, so these energies are very similar in a way, and I feel like they're beautifully connected. For example, I think it was Pal 1, the two cards that came through were a little bit contradicting in their energy, but these two are beautifully like harmonizing here. So, of course, I'm also going to say it here for you guys. It depends, of course, the kind of circumstance you guys are going to meet in, right? Because the circumstance, of course, it also influences how you guys are gonna see each other. For example, in what kind of environment, whether it's a gathering, whether it's a wedding, whether it's something more formal, right? Or maybe even online. So it can, of course, be anything. So what I'm seeing here for you, my dear, when we talk about their first impressions of you, this is for sure. Okay, I would like to talk about something first and then talk about these cards, because I'm getting messages coming through here already that are very, very deep. And I feel like, first of all, I want to talk about them and then about the cards. So for a lot of you guys, your future spouse is someone who you're already connected to, in the sense that they are someone you have a very deep spiritual connection with. And I really feel like this person is at least a soulmate. They are a part of your soul family. This is something I'm feeling, and like it's very deep, okay? Like I am seeing this so clearly, and they are, once again, you're connected. They can be a soulmate, but they can even be a twin flame for some of you guys. But of course, take it how it resonates, okay? Because of course, you all are individuals and have different journeys, and maybe some people feel more so, towards one of them. So this is first of all what I'm seeing here, and I feel like when you guys meet, this is really regarding both of you guys. The connection is going to be pretty obvious. It's kind of like, first of all, you feel very naturally drawn towards them, but it's even more than that. You know, I really feel like even though you guys may meet for the first time, throughout your first few interactions, you may already feel like you know each other for like a very, very long time. And both of you guys are going to be aware of this. Still, I'm not talking about these cards. I will come to them in a minute. I'm still talking about what I'm really feeling here, energetically coming through. So it's going to be pretty obvious. It doesn't feel like one person feels this way, the other doesn't, or maybe it's a little bit hidden. Absolutely not. It's like really in your face for both here, okay? I'm seeing both, not one party and the other not. No, both of you guys. There's this connection that's gonna very organically, very naturally grow between you guys. A connection that I feel like both of you guys haven't experienced to such an extent before. It's just gonna feel right. This is the best way I guess I can describe it. It's kind of like you meet someone new, everything about them feels right, being connected with them. Also the feelings that they bring out, you know, it just feels the same. It's supposed like the way it's supposed to be. You guys already know each other, okay? Like your higher selves, they know each other. They are connected as we speak. In fact, or better say, as I speak, in fact, my dear, I really feel like some of you guys may already get a lot of hints and messages regarding this person, regarding this union, either from your spirit guides, either from your higher self, maybe through other different ways, but a lot of you guys are already aware of it. You know it. It's kind of like you're being prepared in a way as well to be conscious, like to be aware of this when it comes through. so you can recognize it for what it is. Okay, I've talked a lot now about this. Let's start with your oracle cards now. But I really had to take the time, my dear, because I really felt like this was a very important message. And yeah. So let's come back to the Child Divine and Messiah card. So both these cards have a very, very, very gentle energy to them. And what I'm really feeling here is that you are definitely someone who's gonna give off. I'm wondering how, because the energies are not showing me yet how they gonna get this impression, how your future spouse is gonna get this impression, but they're just showing me this. I'm seeing that one of the first impressions your future spouse is gonna have of you is that they're gonna see you as a very gentle, very soft person, someone with a pure heart. Like, as the Child Divine card says, purity is gonna be a very, very big thing here. It's either the energy that you bring out, okay? But I feel like it's more so connected to your heart space. You know, the energy that we carry within us, it will also influence the way others perceive us. And in your particular case, I really feel like at the day, like at this time when you will meet them, there is so much gentle energy coming from you. It could even be the case that you do something that gives them the impression. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you may actually, like, your future spouse is going to find you very beautiful, very cute. There is something about cute here, like cuteness here. Also with the Child Divine card, it's kind of like, I mean, first of all, let me show you this beautiful card. Do you see this child and how much color they're like spreading out? Like, they're glowing, literally. Look at them. It's like their aura, you know, it's coming out, like they're magic in a way, right? And this is the kind of energy I'm seeing for you and your future spouse. You know, your aura is just going to be so captivating. I do feel like for a lot of you guys, when we talk about your energy, your vibe, it is something very soft. It is something very delicate. You are a very elegant person as well, okay? And I'm not talking here about gender, by the way. It doesn't matter who you are. This is just energy. You are a very elegant person, and your future spouse, they're also going to think that way. Like, there is this element of elegancy. I know it's very random, but I can see they love your lips, they love your skin. Someone's skin could also be very, very soft. Eyes. You're gonna look in each other's eyes, and this has also something to do with this connection I've talked about. And you know you're connected, like you're gonna feel it. This could be the kind of dynamic in which sometimes like words aren't even necessary, because you can also communicate just like that. Looking at each other and you know what the other may feel or think. It's this kind of connection I'm talking about. And it's also why it was literally dominating this reading. And I spent a lot of time talking about it before coming to these cards. But coming back to this energy as well. So we have, look at this. It says, suggests a special connection with the divine. Now, with what I got, reading this now, for me, this is all about like suggest a special connection with each other, you know, a divine connection. Like, this is actually beautifully and complementing what I just said, you know, it's really coming together beautifully here. So this is actually a great confirmation that your future spouse is going to be aware of it. This person, I mean, they could be spiritual and therefore they're going to be very knowledgeable about that. But even if they're not, even if they're absolutely not spiritual and they don't know anything about, let's say, spiritual connections between people, whether it's romantically or platonic and such thing, right? They're still going to feel it. They're going to feel the special connection between you guys. Maybe they can't label it. Maybe they can't really describe what it is. But at the same time, they can't deny it either, because it's so real. and because it feels so right as well. You're pile 3, like you're coming through here with like such intense energies. This is probably the most intense energy of all the piles, because like from the beginning I was about to start and the energies like were already like coming through in my reading and trying to guide it, you know. With the Messiah archetype being here and also like serving and redemption, your future spouse is going to see you as someone who's a very generous person, someone who wants to help, someone who has their heart like at the right side, you know. So maybe you're going to share something with them regarding some kind of good work that you will do at this time, okay? Maybe you're not doing it right now, but at the time you guys will meet, you may be helping somehow out other people. And this is also gonna give them the impression of you being someone who's very honorable, someone who serves with a good heart, who is such a kind spirit. And I don't know why I heard Earth Angel. Now, maybe you're watching this and you're just like, what? I'm not an Earth Angel, like I'm a normal person, you know. I do so many like bad things, like I do so many mistakes, like I'm not an angel. But you have to understand that this is their perception, like this is their first impression of you. And sometimes we actually overlook all the good we do, you know, because we maybe more so focus on the things which are our weaknesses better than our strengths, right? And an outside person can see us more so, perhaps, because we may judge ourselves a lot. So this person, yeah, they're gonna see you as someone who's so strong. And your strength lays in your good nature and your good heart. And this person feels very blessed, okay? That's what I heard. Blessed for being able to experience this, your grace. You see, grace, elegance, right? They're gonna be very happy that they can experience this grace of yours firsthand. That's what I heard. That's all I can get from these two cards. Now, I would suggest let's get you guys some more tarot cards to get a little bit more information about what your future spouse's first impression of you is gonna be. Let's see from my dear pile 3. By the way, I just heard some of you guys could have also been drawn to another pile. This is actually the only pile I felt this way. If this is so, then of course feel free to watch it. If not, then just stick with this one here. For my dear pile 3, one more shuffle. My dear pile 3. All right. The first card we have is the Knight of Cups. What's going to be your future spouse's first impression of you? Let's see. Look at that. We have the Page of Wands. We also have the Two of Cups. Wow. Oh my goodness. The Star card. All right. The Three of Wands. For my dear pile, oh, a lot of cards fell. Let me get them. Oh my goodness, the Ten of Cups. Look at that. Wow. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And let's get you one last card, my dear pal 3. And we have the King of Swords. At the back of the deck, we have the King of Wands. Now, I would like to talk about something that like a message I never got from these cards like that, but I don't know why. Okay, look at this. So we have the King of Wands and the King of Swords, right? And both of them are represented by an animal here. And you know what I heard? I heard this is their spirit guide and this is your spirit guide. Bringing you guys together, guiding you towards each other. Okay, this is like such an interesting message. I never got this through these cards. But when I got the whole spread, like immediately I knew these two are connected and they're not representing you or them, or they're representing like two guides. One guide for you, one guide for them. Okay, this is definitely a very major connection here. If I'm not wrong, in my previous reading, which was all about your first impression of them, the reversed way, I got also a spiritual connection pile, I think. Maybe you've watched that and now you're watching this as well. It's definitely a confirmation. If you haven't watched the previous reading, it's all about the reversed way. What your first impression of them will be. I will make sure to link it in the comment section below if you would want to also watch it. But coming back to this, so I would like to very quickly once again talk about this connection I'm really tuning in. This is for me all about both of you guys wanting to meet in this 3D world and experiencing this. This was a soul contract. This was something both of you guys chose to do to come together. And I really feel like for you, my deep house 3, there is also a purpose in this. There's something you chose to experience with the other person. And with the child divine and the Messiah energy coming through here as well, I really feel like both of you guys are gonna help others with this connection. This really feels like a twin flame connection in which, you know, there is like a mission, for example, to help humanity or to help others somehow as well. It really reminds me of that. But of course, once again, take it how it resonates. So this is not only for you guys together, but it's really for also reaching out to other people, helping other people also through your union. Now, this person, my dear, they're going to recognize you. Once again, like, there is no doubt about that. They're going to recognize you. You're going to recognize them. The feelings are going to develop so fast because they're already there. In the 5D, you guys are already connected by love because this is the natural state. You are a part of the soul family. And because your energies are already, familiar with that, the 3D feelings are going to develop pretty quickly here as well. In fact, this can be love at first sight. But it's not really love at first sight. It's like more so love at first recognition. You know, like you're going to recognize each other. And yeah, this is how I would say it. Yeah, I had these messages coming through before. That's very interesting and very, very beautiful because that's a spiritual connection right there. A love connection right there. Now, it's not going to be deniable for sure. Like your future spouse, they're going to know it. And in fact, I really feel like your future spouse or you, maybe even both of you guys, you have manifested each other actually. Now, maybe one of you guys is aware of soulmate connections, for example, and they wanted to manifest a soulmate. If someone watching this, like let's say they are your future spouse, is not spiritual, but they also manifested a partner, it may have not been about a soulmate, but about a potential partner that they wanted to, yeah, find, you know? Let me see. 10 of Cups energy. You guys are gonna very naturally develop this harmonious relationship with each other. And it's very organic in the sense that you're gonna build something with each other. I mean, we're having a future spouse reading, so you guys are literally gonna, yeah, marry this soulmate. So that's incredible. And I can already see you guys building yourself like a home, you know, your own world in which you can bring your vision to life, you know, whatever it is that you really feel drawn to create with each other. It could be a child, but it could also be, once again, a project or somehow helping other people. You can do it. Both of you guys together. Your future spouse is also going to see you as a very passionate and excited person, someone who is full of life. Yeah, for sure. Once again, look at this beautiful illustration. I mean, wow. They're going to see you as someone who is very alive and wants to explore, wants to create, wants to experience this very beautiful Page of Wands energy. Of course, relationships are, well, they have their pros and cons, right? They are sometimes good, sometimes also have their challenges and so on. But I really feel like both of you guys, this is a relationship in which you can beautifully work together to go through any challenge. Because both of you guys are eager, you know, to do it and really to stay together. You see the value of your relationship. You recognize it. And if, of course, because that's life, you have those challenges being thrown at you, I'm really seeing you guys holding on to each other and overcoming them together, working together. One of you guys is gonna reach out to the other pretty quickly and give an offer of love, okay? The energies are not showing me who's going to be, whether it's going to be you or your future spouse. I feel like it's more so going to be the masculine energy with the Knight being here. So when I say masculine, of course, we all have masculine and feminine energy within us. But it's more so the one who would recognize themselves as the divine masculine, okay? Where the masculine energy dominates more so. With the Ten of Cups being here, you guys definitely, there is a lot of potential for you to, well, if this wasn't a future spouse reading, I would definitely say by now for a long-term relationship, okay? It's definitely serious and a lot of potential. Whether you want family, whether you want long-term relationship, whether you want to get married, have your own home and such things, you know? It's in here. But of course, at the end of the day, it depends on your free will because that's your birthright. Even if an energy comes towards you, even if your higher self chose to experience something, you know, you can still go with your own free will. That's your right in this 3D reality. But I do feel like this is what you want because, yeah, that's what you're going to choose. So, my dear pal 3, this is all I have for you for today. Please, my dear, feel free to let me know how you feel about this reading. And yeah, as always, if you're interested or curious in a personal reading with me and you would like to get further information regarding one, as always, you can feel free to email me, my dear. Lastly, if you would also like to connect with me more on Instagram, of course I invite you there as well, my dear. You can find my Instagram link in the description box. My dear pal 3, I'm sending you much love and much positive energy. And I hope you're having a beautiful day or of course a beautiful evening depending on where you are right now. But yeah, my dear pal 3, take care, my love.